Welcome back to the channel. My name's Jordan, and today I want to talk about 4 ways that you can improve your work-life balance. As a little background, my day job is being the general manager of a restaurant and brewery. We do about $8 million in yearly revenue, and we have a staff of about 150 people all in. So as you can imagine, my day-to-day is quite busy, and I've had to work really hard on balancing my work life and my home life. And before we go any further, I would absolutely love if you would hit that like button and subscribe button if you're into this kind of content. I love talking all things self-improvement, leadership, side hustles, etc. So if you're into that kind of content, hit the subscribe button so you can be back here for the next one, okay? So let's get into this. All right, so tip number 1 is going to be setting your boundaries. When you are super focused on your career, it can be extremely hard to do just that, set your boundaries. It's far too easy to come home and continue sending emails or continue working on those side projects or side tasks that you kind of have. But what I've learned over the years is that it is super important to set those boundaries, and when you do come home, make sure that you are being present, being with your family, your spouse, your friends, etc. And that's actually just going to help you re-energize yourself so that when you do go back into the office or get onto your computer and start working, you are focused and energized and ready to tackle that next task. So the biggest way that I set my boundaries is by utilizing my work calendar and making sure that I have the things in there that I need to be doing so that I'm not stressed out or anxious about not missing anything, or when I do get home, realizing that I still have a few more hours to put in. Set those boundaries, update your calendar, and that is going to make a world of difference for you. All right, so tip number 2 is going to be prioritize. Make sure you get your most important things done that you need to first, and then you can move on to those other tasks after. Everybody is going to have a different way of prioritizing. For me, I like to have an updated to-do list. I kind of break my to-do list down into things that have to get done on the day, so a daily to-do list, and then also a weekly to-do list, or even like a long-term project to-do list. And then I put time into my calendar to make sure that I can work on those future projects and also work on those daily projects. So prioritize. That's one thing that works for me, and like I said, everybody's going to do it differently, but I think starting with a to-do list and making sure that it's up to date is going to put you in a lot better position than if you are kind of going and doing it just off the top of your head. Now, this third tip was actually a really tough one for me. Say no. Learn to say no. This is something that for a yes man like myself, or a bit of a people pleaser, it's really difficult to set those boundaries and say no to people when they ask you to take things on. Whether that's a side hustle project, or maybe it's something that's outside of what you're supposed to be doing in your day-to-day, so you can actually delegate those things instead of taking them on yourself. But learning to say no is going to save you a lot of headaches, and it will actually put you farther ahead. There's definitely a time to be a yes man and to say yes to things and to take on projects, but there is also a big difference, and there is a time to know when to say no and to know when you're at capacity, because that's exactly when you are now going to be doing a lot of extra homework, dipping into that home time, family time, leisure time, and all those kinds of things. At the end of the day, lead to burnout, and burnout is something that no one wants to see. Okay, not yourself, not your family, not your colleagues. So avoid it. Avoid burnout and learn to say no to things that you maybe shouldn't be taking on. Now, the last tip that I have is to schedule downtime. So this, just like you're going to be scheduling and prioritizing tasks in your job and in your career, I find it really helpful to schedule downtime even on your days off. You know, maybe that looks like hobby time, or maybe that looks like grocery shopping with your spouse. But when you do actually schedule in time for yourself, you're gonna make sure that you do get it done and stay on track. Because something that I fall victim to is having a day off, being so exhausted from the week, and then you end up not getting the things done that you need to get done at home. Maybe you just slump into the couch and, binge a show on Netflix. And when there is a time and a place for that, I really do feel like scheduling in your to-do list and your personal to-do list is super important as well. So I don't go to the extreme on my day off in my calendar where I have like set things to be doing, but I do have a personal to-do list going, and sometimes it's more so for the week or for the month, so I don't have to necessarily do it right then and there, but I make sure that I do get those things done. So those are my 4 tips that I really believe in and that help me with my work-life balance. And remember, finding the right balance between work and life is going to be unique for everybody, but maybe just try some of these tips, even if it is 1 or 2 of them, and see if it helps. They really do help me, and that's coming from somebody who, without trying too hard, can be putting in 50-60 hours a week, and you kind of do start to forget about your personal things that actually kind of fuel you and keep you going. So let me know in the comments below if you have any different tips or tricks that really help you with your work-life balance. I'd absolutely love to hear about them, because I'm continually trying to improve on mine. So I hope this video helped, guys. If you did like it, please hit that sub button. It really helps grow the channel and helps me kind of keep doing this. I'll be back again with another video soon, and we will see you next time.